One of the largest and most well-known asset management companies in China just rebought their position in NIO and XPeng. That's right. Hill House Capital just rebought their positions into NIO that they sold out at the end of last year, which was probably pretty good on their end because we're not looking too hot right now with NIO. Now they did miss out on it going to like $60, but they still made a pretty good killing on it considering the fact that it was up thousands of percent last year or towards the end of last year. But yeah, so they just rebought their positions into NIO here in the first quarter of this year. And they bought quite a bit. They didn't just dilly around, man. They bought quite a bit. But before we tell you how much they bought, we're giving away $100 in Dogecoin when we hit 5,000 subs. So if you guys want to be entered into that, you guys, all you have to do is hit the sub button. It's the best way to support the channel. It's the best way to stay up to date on all things NIO and Dogecoin and everything stock market and crypto related. So Hill House bought 127,000 shares of NIO stock worth just under $5 million during the quarter. And basically they said that their average cost right now per share is about $39 per share. So they're actually down. They're actually down in the hole with NIO and XPeng because of when they bought it. But you think that they probably know something, or they see they see what's going on here, considering the fact that they just re-entered and bought their positions back. It would be different if they didn't do that, but considering the fact that they did, I think it's good.
Yeah, I mean NIO and mainly all tech EV stocks are down so far. It's unreasonably down. It's just way oversold. So it's it's a good time to jump in because it's going to go back up. Just you got to wait for this chip shortage and other crap to get sorted out. But it's definitely.
And I think I think a lot of this also still has to do with a lot of new investors coming in and like buying into a stock, seeing that they're losing money, then they sell, and then they go to something else, do the same thing, and it's just causing the market. There's so much volatility in this market right now, it's unreal. But like you said, with it being completely oversold, I think this is a perfect time for a lot of people to get into NIO and a lot of tech companies in general. And this is not financial advice. We're not telling you guys what to do. We're just giving you the information so you can do what you see fit with your money. But it's dirt cheap. But they also said that Hill House bought 658,000 shares of XPeng worth about $25 million this quarter, with their average cost around $36.50. So they're still down as well. But again, there's a lot of things still coming out with NIO. Obviously, NIO's still growing. XPeng is still growing as well, but we'll focus on NIO here. They're also the Hong Kong listing is coming up. I think it's been rumored. I don't know if it's been officially announced, but I think it's August of this year is when NIO, XPeng, Li, and all of those are supposed to hit the Hong Kong market. So that's going to bring a whole new wave of investors into NIO and potentially drive the stock up.
Yeah, they're going to be getting a lot of money to, help with expanding and, just keep growing as a company. So it's going to that's going to be really good.
That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic.
But with the investors over here in the States, we're going to show you guys Fintel and show you guys how many people, how many investors and all these other companies are buying into NIO and show you how much they're buying. So we're over here at Fintel. We use this website to kind of show us, we look at it quite a bit. We show it here on the channel quite a bit. It basically shows how many investors and how many companies are buying into, institutional investors are buying into NIO itself and selling out. The red lines mean they're selling. The green ones mean they're opening new positions. And there are a lot of people buying. A lot of people buying. 61,000, 334, 2 million. It's just 2.5 million, just under a million.
Yeah, it's also really good to see a lot of new positions, like a lot of people buying for the first time. That's really good too. Morgan Stanley right there, 4.7 million.
Yep, Morgan Stanley on the 17th, which was yesterday, dumped in $4.7 million into NIO. And you just have 800,000, 1.6 million, just so many people. It would be interesting to know how much these people dropped off, because obviously they're not dropping 100 shares, but it would be interesting to see like what they did. But again, we just keep scrolling down. State Steel, 25 million, and it's like this was all yesterday too. Like we haven't even hit the day before, so they're like
7 million, 21 million.
It's weird because you think with this much movement in and out of the stock, you think it would drive it up a lot more. But it did end positive yesterday, which is a good thing. Yeah. But
and hopefully, last I looked today, it's positive, so that's good as well.
Right. Well, I guess by the time you guys see this, we're talking about Monday. as in yesterday, and Tuesday as today for us because we're recording this early. But yeah, so hopefully by the time you guys see this recording, that either the market's up or it's been up. But Citadel, I mean, there's so many people. I did not realize there was this many people that bought yesterday on the 17th. 8 million. Holy cow.
Yeah, it just keeps going. So like I said in the other video where we kind of went over this, 11 million, 2.5 million. If you're thinking about, if you're starting to get a little weak-handed over there with your NIO shares, because, let's be honest, the stock and really just the stock market's been crap. It's not just the stock, even though a lot of people think it is just the stock. You might want to rethink that because, I mean, look at Goldman Sachs right there, 19.7 million shares they bought.
So yesterday.
They know what they're doing, right? All these companies, all these big institutions, they see the potential with NIO. It's just it might just suck for a little bit, but it's 2-3 months later, it's going to be blast off time because they're doing everything right. Just we got to wait for this market to get better.
And you got to realize too, these are the suits. These are the suits that everybody refers to, the big banks, the big corporations, the corrupt, whatever you want to call them. These are those people. They're not going to throw their money at things that are going to lose them money unless it's GameStop. Laugh at those guys. But they're not going to throw their money at something just to lose it. Like they see something, they know. Like I'm not getting into this whole conspiracy thing at all, but they know what's going on. And whether they control it or not, they know, and that's why they're dumping millions and millions of dollars into these shares.
The good thing about this website too, you can see whether they bought it, if they did calls or puts, and the majority of these, that are millions and millions, they're just buying the shares straight up. They're not doing calls or puts. So they're in this thing. They believe it's going to go up. So that's that's really good. All these companies buying, a lot of times when we looked at this, it's just like 1-2 million here and there, but like lately it's been like tens of millions.
Right.
Like
exactly.
It's ridiculous. There was one we went over a couple days ago that it was 94 million they bought like a week or two ago. So like it's ridiculous how many shares are being snatched up right now. They're just taking advantage of all the people that are selling cheap and panic selling.
Right, exactly. But we wanted to bring you guys this update to show you guys how many people are buying and selling and what these other big institutions are or what they're doing, and especially the ones over in China as well, because they know what's going on. Their firsthand experience over there. So if you guys like these kind of updates, hit that like, share, notification bell, even that sub button. It's the best way to stay up to date on all things NIO, all things stock market. And again, we're giving away $100 worth of Dogecoin when we hit 5,000 subs on this channel. So if you guys want to be entered into that, just hit that sub button. It's the best way to stay up to date on all things crypto as well. But again, we also got links down in the description for Webull, where you deposit $100. You guys get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,800. We also got a link down there for the merchandise, and we also got a link for the Patreon that gets you access to our Discord and the fantastic community over there, as well as our portfolios. So if you guys are interested in any of that, it's all down below. But again, thank you for all your support, and we'll see you in the next video.